What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and a hilarious twist. Hollywood celebrities who have called Trump a pig, a petty dictator, the bad guy from World War II, and all sorts of other things have now come crawling back, begging Donald Trump to help them save their careers. And quite frankly, I hope he laughs in their stupid, smug faces. I can't imagine a better backfire for this. Hundreds of Hollywood celebrities who have campaigned directly against Trump now desperately begging him for his help. You can't write this. It's such an incredible thing. And I'm really happy to share the story with you. By the way, huge shout out to this video sponsor, Aura. It's been months since this breach first happened. Your personal data could be stolen months ago, and you're just hearing about it now. This is common with these types of breaches. According to IBM, it takes a company an average of 277 days to report a breach. By then, your information has been circulating for 9 months. This isn't even the first breach at Bank of America that they've announced this year. Last year, Citigroup and JP Morgan both announced breaches. Your bank could get breached right now, and you could be months away from learning about it. Do you want to give a criminal a 9-month head start? That's why it's really important to talk about today's sponsor, Aura. Aura alerts me if they find my phone number, email, social security number, anywhere on the dark web. They're going to know and let me know fast if anyone tries to use this information to access my credit or my bank accounts. They also give me up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. They also provide a bunch of other features to keep you safe online as well inside the app. And what you should know, I use Aura because I trust it, and I've had great results with it. You go to my link at aura.com/thequartering to get 14 days for free. That'll be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data has been exposed. You'll learn about it before any one of these companies are forced to notify you. I highly recommend you do it right now because the only thing most of these companies are going to do is offer you free credit monitoring after the fact. After the fact is like installing security cameras after your house is already robbed. I'm not leaving myself and my family vulnerable to these data breaches, and I don't want you to either. So go to aura.com/thequartering and sign up today. Now, let's go to this story. Hollywood stars beg Donald Trump to help after calling him a pig and a petty dictator. Hundreds of celebrities, including many liberals, what do you mean, all liberals, who have previously publicly insulted Donald Trump, are now begging for his help in pushing back against big tech's proposal of AI. President Trump unveiled a massive $500 billion plan that would build up artificial intelligence projects in the United States on the first day of his second term. The project, called Stargate, will also create an estimated 100,000 jobs. OpenAI and Google told Washington next week that they believe American copyright laws allow AI companies to train systems using copyrighted work without permission. The far left stars include Ben Stiller, Olivia Wilde, Cynthia I Don't Care, Aubrey Plaza, Paul McCartney, Mark Ruffalo. By the way, Mark Ruffalo, who has terminal Trump derangement syndrome. Like terminal Trump derangement syndrome. Now being forced to beg him for his help. I mean, it's delicious. They write that if OpenAI and Google were allowed to do this, it would freely exploit America's creative and knowledge industries. Despite OpenAI and Google's substantial revenues and available funds, we firmly believe that America's global AI leadership must not come at the expense of our essential creative industries. This is 100%. This is what the actors' strike was all about, by the way, and the writers' strike. They all know that they're about 3 years from being completely replaced by AI. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to prolong that fact. This isn't about like the goods or bads or this or that. This is about them maintaining their own money. This is about maintaining their own monopoly on entertainment. Think about what AI companies are going to be able to do. They're going to be able to create a bunch of content that isn't, specifically created to, pump out woke trash. They could actually be entertaining. Could you imagine that? AI companies are asking to undermine the economic and cultural strength by weakening copyright protections for the films, television series, artworks, writing, music, voices, to train their AI models at the core of the multi-billion-dollar corporate valuations. Don't care. I'm not going to shed a tear for Hollywood weirdos. I'm never going to do that. Not gonna ever do it. Many of the stars who signed the letter have slammed the president in the past. Ben Stiller, one of the biggest names on the list, called a 2017 Trump press conference the worst message he had ever heard a president put out to the world. I despise Donald Trump with all my guts, and his speech last night only confirmed what a pathetic, petulant, dishonest pig he is. Actress Olivia Wilde, at that same year, wrote. Director Ron Howard, who also signed, said in 2020 that Trump was a self-serving, dishonest, morally bankrupt egomaniac who doesn't care about anything or anyone but his fame and bank account. Mark Ruffalo earlier this year said, "There's no one keeping America safe from being looted by Trump and Elon." They are now crawling back and completely begging for Trump to save their jobs. And I hope he doesn't. I happen to be petty. I happen to hold a grudge. And I think in a lot of these cases with these actors who have gone on these unhinged rants, many of them actively donating money to people running against Donald Trump. I mean, why? Why would you help these dorks? None, they literally, look at this. Oh, it's Scarlett Johansson.
Hi, guys. Hi, Avengers.
Hey, Scarlett.
Jumping on the call.
Whoa. I think you mean assembling. I said
Wow.
assembling. Don, that's pretty good. No, they thought it was funny.
Scarlett, it is our pleasure to come together and to get
I
the
don't even
vote
know who
out
that
this
chick is.
election. Come on.
Yeah, how can we be of service?
Well, how about we start with what our voting plans are going to be, who we're going to bring to the polls with us, that sort of thing. Just to,
I think Kamala Harris needs a catchphrase.
Ooh, yes, definitely a catchphrase.
How about this? I'm just off the top of my head. I can do this all day.
Shut up. I hate it.
Okay.
I mean, it's original, but
Oh,
What about
okay.
something punchier like,
ooh, boom. You looking for this?
Iron Man 2, everybody loved it.
Okay, again, I think we're just trying to get out the vote.
Kamala forever.
That's better.
Okay, how about I'm down with democracy? It's just clean, it's simple.
Okay, I like that.
It's hard to argue with that.
Kamala Harris down with democracy.
Oh, yeah. I'm Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Kamala Harris down with democracy. That's exactly how that worked out. She was installed. So after just pathetically shilling nonstop for his opposition, they know AI replace actors, and that's why they're freaking out. It's the Lammy syndrome, opening your cake holes without thinking. Seems to be synonymous with tree-hugging liberal community. Bunch of D-listers go away. I mean, everything is just bonkers. Ben Stiller and Mark Ruffalo, more than 400 Hollywood names, begged Trump not to let AI companies exploit copyrighted works. I mean, I don't care if copyright law is infringed, or protected. That's fine. But I do think it's pretty hilarious that these dorks actually think that their work is important or creative or interesting or groundbreaking or any of that stuff. What if I go to Mark Ruffalo's, let's just go to Mark Ruffalo's X right now, just for fun here. Let's see, Ruffalo, Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo. Let's see. Let's see. Talking about anti-fracking. Please don't listen to Trump trying to sell U.S. fracked gas to Europe. So his entire Twitter is still anti-Trump. Not that he's got to I'm not saying that the guy has to support Donald Trump for president. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is I think it's pretty rich. I think it's pretty rich that they think Donald Trump has any interest in helping them. Here he is whining and complaining about cutting USAID. I wonder if the USAID, now he's calling him, I don't know, Darth Maul, apparently. I mean, this is what Mark Ruffalo does. But I just don't know. I hope, I think that AI will eventually replace even me. People that do what I do will almost certainly be replaced by AI one day. because, you know, what I do is I read an article and, you know, I interpret it, or I share my insights on it. But there's no, I mean, I'm sure that, you know, some of these AI companies could feed in every one of my videos and like have some big chested anime girl have the exact same takes as me and probably have an even more popular channel than I ever have. You know, so it's bizarre to me. I think he should let these people rot. These people hate him, and Hollywood hates him. And so I would not hold it against him if he laughed in their stupid faces. What do you think? Do you think that Donald Trump should bail out Hollywood? Leave a like on the video if you think that Donald Trump should laugh in their stupid faces, just like we know they would laugh in his face if he ever needed any help for anything ever. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below. Talk to you again real soon.